Hi, and welcome back to the Open Mind Studio, the place where two friends chat in easy English, so your listening and speaking grow a little more every time. I'm Emma,
And I'm Alex. So glad you're here with us again.
and if you're new, this one's made for A2 to B1 learners. So if you're a beginner or somewhere in the middle, you're in exactly the right place.
So, Emma, how are you today? Did anything nice happen?
Actually, yes. I had a really long, lovely chat with a stranger on the train this morning. We talked for almost an hour. How about you?
An hour? With a stranger? That's the dream. Me. Quieter. Although Sam and I argued about the best way to fry an egg for 20 minutes, so maybe I'm not so quiet after all.
20 minutes on an egg. Only you two. Okay, and that train chat is actually perfect because it's exactly today's topic.
Is it? Go on. What are we doing today?
We're learning how to keep a conversation going. In our last episode, we did small talk, the gentle start. Today is the next step. What to do after the small talk so it grows into a real, warm conversation.
The part where the weather runs out and you think, now what do we even talk about?
Exactly that. The now what panic. By the end of today, you'll have lots of easy ways to keep a chat alive, and lots of real sentences you can borrow.
And we'll act a few out too, so you can actually hear how it sounds, not just talk about it.
We will. And I'll tell you about my most embarrassing keeping it going moment later. It's a brand new one for the collection. You'll have to wait for it.
The collection grows. I can't wait. But first, one tiny favor, everyone. If these chats help you, a quick like or subscribe really does help more learners find us. Thank you.
And near the end, we'll slow right down for a few useful words, like always. And we'll ask you to write one little sentence in the comments. Even a short one is lovely practice.
So, why does this part feel so hard? You start a conversation, and then sometimes it just dies.
It really does. There's a little chat, then a silence, then the silence grows, and suddenly you're both looking at your shoes, and it feels like it's your fault.
And it's almost never anyone's fault. A conversation is like a small fire. If you don't add a little wood now and then, it quietly goes out. Today, we learn how to add the wood. Gently.
And you need this everywhere. With a new coworker, on a first date, at a family dinner with people you barely know. Anywhere two people are trying to connect.
And it's a real skill, not a personality. People think, oh, some people are just born good at this. But it isn't magic. It's a handful of small habits, and anyone can learn them.
That's so reassuring. So it's not, are you born chatty? It's, do you know the moves?
And here's the kind part. You don't have to be funny or clever. You just have to be a little curious and know a few simple moves. So let's learn them, one piece at a time.
So, where do we start? What's the very first move?
The first piece is the most important one. Listen for the little gifts. When people talk, they drop small details, and every detail is a gift you can pick up and ask about.
A gift. What do you mean exactly?
Let me show you. Emma, tell me one small thing about your weekend.
Okay. I went to the market on Sunday and bought far too much cheese.
Perfect. Now, you just gave me 3 little gifts there. The market, Sunday, and too much cheese. I can pick up any one of them. Oh, which market? Or, too much cheese, what did you buy?
Oh, I see. So I don't need a clever new question. I just grab something they already said.
Exactly. They hand you the topic for free. So you can say, oh, you mentioned the market. Tell me more about that. Or, wait, go back to the cheese part. Or simply, cheese? Okay, I need to hear this story.
That is so much easier than inventing something out of thin air.
And it works with anything, not just the fun stuff. Someone says, I'm a bit tired. I was up late with the baby. 3 gifts again. Tired, up late, the baby. You could just say, oh, how old is the baby? And you're away.
So even a tiny, ordinary sentence has little doors in it.
Every sentence has doors. You just have to listen for them. The whole secret is really listen and catch one little thread. Your turn, listener. Next time someone speaks, listen for one small detail you could ask about. Just one. Catch the thread. Now, the second piece, and it follows straight on. Once you catch a thread, you pull it gently. You ask a follow-up question.
A follow-up question. So, a question about the very thing they just said.
Exactly. The first answer is usually short. The follow-up goes 1 inch deeper, and that's where the real conversation lives. Let me show you again. Emma, ask me about my weekend.
Okay. Alex, did you do anything nice at the weekend?
Yeah, I tried a new recipe. That's my short answer. Now, don't stop there. Pull the thread.
Ooh. Oh, what did you make?
I tried to bake bread, actually. And now we're in a real conversation. And you didn't even have to think hard.
And I'm guessing the bread did not go well.
The smoke alarm had opinions. But you see the move? Their answer always has a next question hidden inside it. What was that like? Why that one? How did you get into it? And then what happened?
Those work for almost anything, don't they? Someone says, I went to Italy. Oh, what was that like? Someone says, I started running. Nice, how did you get into it?
Every single time. So keep 3 little follow-ups in your pocket. What was that like? How did that happen? And tell me more. Your turn, listener. Someone says, I just got a new job. What's your follow-up? Say it in your head.
Okay, but here's a worry. If I just ask, won't it start to feel like a police interview?
Funny you should say that. Wait for my story later. But yes, that's exactly the third piece. You have to give something back, too. A good conversation is a seesaw. Up, down. You ask, then you share. They ask, then they share.
So I don't only ask questions, I also offer little bits of myself.
Right. When they share something, you match it with a small piece of your own. They say, I love hiking. You don't just ask, you also say, oh, me too. I went up a big hill last month and my legs still haven't forgiven me.
So I give them a gift back. And now they can ask me something.
Exactly. You hand the gift back across. Same here, actually. That reminds me of... Funny you say that, because these little bridges keep the seesaw moving.
Show me. I always understand it better when we act it out.
Of course. So, pretend I've just told you I love photography. Don't only ask. React, then share, then ask.
Okay. Oh, photography. I love that. I tried it once and took 200 photos of my cat. What do you most like to photograph?
Perfect! See what you just did? You reacted. I love that. You shared the cat photos, and then you asked your question. That's the whole seesaw in one breath.
Oh, that feels natural. React, share, ask. And I like it because now nobody's alone in it. We're building the thing together.
Together. That's the whole feeling. Don't make it a quiz, make it a trade. Your turn, listener. Someone says, I love cooking. First react, then share one tiny thing of your own, then ask them something. Try it in your head. Now, the fourth piece, and this is where small chats turn into real ones. You look for the thing you both share, the common ground.
Common ground. Like a thing we both like or both know about.
Exactly. The moment you find one shared thing, the conversation just opens up. Suddenly you're not two strangers, you're two people who both love the same show, or the same food, or hate the same Monday meetings.
Haha, shared hatred of Monday meetings, the strongest bond known to humankind.
The strongest! So how do you find it? You gently test a few small topics until something clicks. Have you seen... Are you into... Do you ever... Oh, do you also? And the moment they light up, you found your spot.
Can we act this one out too? I want to actually hear a click.
Let's do it. I'll test a few topics on you. Ready? So, do you watch much telly?
A bit. Mostly cooking shows, honestly.
Oh, do you ever watch the big baking one? The one in the tent?
Yes, I love it. I cry every single time someone's cake falls over.
And there's the click. Did you hear how your voice just jumped? That's the moment. Now, we could happily talk about that show for 10 minutes.
We really could. So I keep gently testing until something makes me go, yes. And then I stay there.
You stay right there. That's the warm part of the whole conversation. So when you hear something you share, say it out loud. Oh, me too. No way, I love that as well. Finally, someone who gets it. Don't be shy about it.
That's lovely. It turns a polite little chat into a real connection.
That's exactly the jump. Your turn, listener. Think of one thing that always lights you up. A food, a hobby, a show. Have it ready. It's your bridge to almost anyone.
Okay, last piece. And can I guess? It's about the feeling again, isn't it?
You know me too well. Yes. The last piece is the warmth, the energy. A conversation is a little fire, remember? And your reactions are the small bits of wood that keep it alive.
So I react. I show that I'm actually listening.
Exactly. Little reactions do so much work. Oh, really? No way! That's amazing! Oh no, what happened next? These tiny words tell the other person, I'm here, I'm interested, please keep going.
Show me the difference. Board me first, then warm me.
Ha, okay. Cold version first. I say, I went to Japan last year, and you say, oh, nice.
Ouch. That's a door quietly closing.
Slam. Now the warm version. I say, I went to Japan last year, and you say,
Oh, really? Japan? I've always wanted to go. What was your favorite part?
and now I want to tell you everything. Same fact, completely different fire. The only thing that changed was your reaction.
That's such a small change for such a big difference.
A tiny change, a huge difference. And people feel it instantly. It's the warmest gift you can give. The opposite, looking bored, giving one-word answers, puts the fire out fast. So stay curious, lean in, be a little bit delighted.
Is there one more little trick for warmth?
One lovely one. Use their name and remember a small detail. So, Maria, you said you just moved here. How's that going? When you remember something they told you, it quietly says, I was really listening. People never forget that feeling.
Oh, that's lovely. A name and a little memory.
A name and a little memory. It might be the warmest move there is.
And what about the silences? Because they still scare me a little.
A small silence is completely fine. We said that last time, and it's still true. You can smile, take a breath, and just say, so, tell me more about... and you're off again. The fire doesn't go out from one quiet moment.
The fire survives the quiet. Good. I needed that. Your turn, listener. Practice 3 warm little reactions. Oh, really? No way. That's amazing. Say them with a smile. They're tiny, but they are powerful.
So, you've been very patient. Are you ready to tell me your latest disaster?
Fine. So, this is that train chat from this morning. I was so excited to keep the conversation going that maybe I kept it going a little too well.
Uh-oh. What happened?
I caught a thread and I pulled it. Then I asked a follow-up, then another follow-up, then another, and another. And after about 10 questions in a row, the poor man looked at me and said, Sorry, are you a journalist?
He didn't.
He did. I'd asked so many follow-up questions with nothing given back that he thought I was interviewing him for a newspaper. I forgot the seesaw completely.
So, first you were the bread girl, then the do you come here often girl, and now the journalist.
The collection is becoming a museum. I'm a whole exhibition now.
But honestly, you see the lesson hiding in there? You had piece 2, the follow ups, perfectly. You just forgot piece 3, giving something back. One without the other turns into an interview.
So I needed the seesaw. Ask, then share. Ask, then share.
That's it. And did the chat survive in the end?
It did, actually. I laughed, told him a silly story about myself, and we ended up chatting happily for the rest of the journey. The seesaw fixed everything.
See, even a wobbly conversation can be saved. You just add back the missing piece.
And what if it dies anyway? Sometimes I do everything right and the chat still stops.
Then you let it stop, kindly. Not every conversation has to be long or deep. A short, warm chat is still a good chat. You smile, you say, "It was really nice talking to you," and you go. No conversation is a failure just because it was short.
Oh, that takes the pressure right off. So I'm not trying to win the conversation. I'm just trying to connect a little.
Just connect. A little. That's all any of this ever is. Some chats are a quick spark, some become a bonfire, and both are completely fine.
Okay, before we finish, let's go through a few useful words and phrases from today, nice and slow.
Good idea. First, to keep the conversation going. It means to stop a chat from dying, to keep it alive and flowing.
For example, I asked a question to keep the conversation going. He's really good at keeping the conversation going. And small reactions help keep the conversation going.
Next, a follow-up question. That's a second question about something the person just said.
For example, I asked a follow-up question about her trip. Good follow-up questions show you're listening. And he didn't ask any follow-up questions, so the chat ended fast.
Next, to open up. It's when someone starts to share more and feels comfortable talking to you.
For example, after a while he started to open up. She opened up about her new job. And people open up when you really listen to them.
Then, common ground. That's something two people share, an interest, an experience, an opinion.
For example, we found common ground in our love of old films. It's much easier to talk when you have common ground. And cooking turned out to be our common ground.
Next, to show interest, to let someone see that you care about what they're saying.
For example, she showed interest by asking lots of questions. Nodding and smiling shows interest. And he didn't show much interest, so I stopped talking.
And one more, to bond. It's when two people grow closer and form a connection.
For example, we bonded over our love of dogs. They bonded quickly during the trip. And it's a nice way to bond with new coworkers.
And if a couple of those went by quickly, no worries, just play this part again. Then try making one sentence of your own with one of the words.
So, let's pull the whole thing together. Keeping a conversation going is really just 5 small moves.
1. Catch the little gifts. Listen for a detail. 2. Ask a follow-up. Pull the thread. 3. Give something back. Keep the seesaw moving. 4. Find your common ground and live there a while. And 5. Stay warm and curious. Little reactions keep the fire alive.
And remember, a small silence is completely fine. You can always say, "So, tell me more about," and you're off again. And here's how to make all of this stick. Don't try to use the 5 moves at once. Just pick one, maybe the follow-up question, and practice only that in your next chat. One move, done well.
Then, the next time you talk to someone, try to catch one little gift they drop and ask one follow-up. That's all. One thread, one pull. Small and doable.
And come and tell us how it went in the comments. Saying it out loud makes it real, and it gives a little courage to the next nervous person reading. So, over to you. Here's our question for today. What's the best conversation you've ever had with a stranger? Where were you, and what made it click? Tell us below.
We read every single one. And be honest, do you go full journalist, like Emma, or talk about your cooking disasters for 20 minutes, like me?
We'd love to know. And if today helped, a like, a subscribe, or sharing it with a friend who's learning English means the world to us.
Thank you for spending this time with us. Everything you did here was real practice. Feel good about that.
And next time, we'll talk about something we all need: how to politely disagree in English. How to say, "I don't think so," in a soft, kind way without it turning into an argument.
Ooh, a really useful one. So, until next time, keep going, keep speaking, and go gently on yourself.
That's all from us today. I'm Emma.
And I'm Alex. See you in the next one. Bye for now.